Alright, we're going to give a shot here at the back. We've got this handlebar here, which is it's a little bit pitted, so it's not in great shape. And then we've got this that people see a lot of rust coming down from this area here where this was bolted into the boat. So we're going to give that a shot and see what Acrylic-Werks will do with this. So again, it's very slightly damp washcloth with a little bit of the polish. And because this is rust, I'm going to put this on real light and just let it sit for a minute. And then I'm going to come back in a minute and do half of this bar here. So this shows you, if you've been watching any of these videos, we've gone from the hard rubber up here to the boat hull, to stainless steel, and back to the boat with the same product. So it's not a one-use product at all. You can also do the curtains, you can do your vinyl, you can do your seats. I'm looking at the seats in this boat. You might give that a shot later. The curtains are actually in great shape. But anything on this boat, including any stainless steel, is safe to use. This product is safe to use with. So we're going to go back to this rough, hard rust stain, which is really tough. We're not in sunlight, so this may or may not work as well as I'd like it to. But I think I'm actually seeing it starting to fade. So yeah, I can see we're taking a little bit of it off here and there. So I'm going to grab a little bit more. It's really much, it's in there pretty deep. It's probably been years. I don't know what boat this is. I mean, what year this boat is. But if this has been going on for 10 or 12 years, I would say this is probably a early 2000s. Grady's are hard to tell because they all look pretty much the same year after year. But this is actually a little bit less noticeable. And I have a feeling if I really kept working, I'm pulling up a little bit of it in this rag. This requires a little bit more work than your average piece because of the rust. But it is definitely, I guess I should have taken a picture of this before we started. Again, didn't do that. So I'm going to put some more on here, let it stand, finish off the stainless steel handlebar up there, and then come back to this in just a second. So we're going to put some on there. Don't typically recommend doing this, but in this case, because the stain is so deep, we'll let the Acrylic-Werks work on it for a minute. We'll come back up and finish this bar up. Again, I'm just doing half the bar, and we're not in direct sunlight, which I prefer to be, but because of the way the sun is and the way the boat's on the blocks, we can't get there. But I'm pretty much done with this. And what I thought was pitting was probably just salt deposits because it's very smooth now, and it wasn't a few minutes ago. So once I'm done with that area, you take a wet rag, put some water, sheen on it. It's a little wetter, but anyway, dried off pretty quick in the sun, and then you buff it out. So you should be able to see the difference between here and right here where I didn't. I mean, you can see a nice reflection in there. And it definitely worked on that. So let's go back to our stain here.
Okay.
Again, I think we've almost got it out. It's a slight faint residual. Again, if I had a buffer, I'd just buff this thing out for a while, or if it was in the sunlight, it might come out a little bit easier. I'm going to call that done because it's almost out. If I was to sit here for another 5 or 10 minutes, I probably would get it completely out. But if you go back and look at this video at the beginning and look at what this would look like before we started, I think you'll see a major difference. So it's very faintly there. I'm going to put my water sheen on it and buff it. And yet it's still very slightly, but certainly nothing like it was when we started. So that's the rust stain on the hull and stainless steel handle.